How's it going, everybody? This is Daryl Bonilla. Once again, here to do another Beyond Paradise talk story with a fellow cast member. I always enjoy catching up with my cast members, and today is no different. I'm lucky enough to be joined by the one and only Poncho Man, who played Lehua's brother, the man, the myth, the legend. Poncho Man, how you doing, man?
Oh, how's it all, brother?
Hey, good to see you. Look at you, bro. It's your
Many moons, many
background.
moons, many moons.
Many moons, bro. Many moons. So how you been?
Oh, surviving, brother. It's going. How about you?
Same here, bro. Just getting older.
Every year is a memory gained or memory lost.
Yeah. Hey, but I gotta say, doing all these talk stories with all you guys all aging good, man. You guys all still looking good. In some cases, you guys looking even better.
We still going, bro. We still going.
Still going. You know why, bro? Because we know how to have a good time
Right,
in the right way, in the right way, in the right way.
right.
So let me ask you, how did Beyond Paradise come to you? I mean, how did you get introduced to the project, the movie? Were you even, interested in it? So yeah, tell me a little bit about how you got involved with Beyond Paradise.
Shit, thinking about this when you asked me, and then trying to remember. What year was it? Like 94, 95?
We started the day after Christmas was the first day of filming. That was 1996, the day. So December 26th, 1996 is when we started. I think we finished the first week of February 97.
Oh, see, I'm horrible with time too.
No, no.
Yeah. So, shoot. Honestly, I don't know how the David Cunningham, director and writer, got a hold of me, or oh, wait, maybe I think that time I was through. I think I was kind of working with a talent agency at the time, and then they reached out, and then the casting that they were looking for all the different characters and stuff, and then um, I forgot where we had to go for the auditioning and stuff too. So um, that came into play, and yeah, I barely can remember, honestly.
Did you get to read for other roles before you landed Lehua's brother, or did you just get Lehua's brother?
Yeah, I feel like I didn't have to read for other roles, so it was just Lehua's brother. And then by this time, I think so 90s. Oh wait, now I remember. So then when I got confirmed for the part, um, I was just barely 6 months out of the hospital of open heart surgery.
Mm.
So I remember it became a big deal when I got the part, and then I was still recovering. So I feel like I didn't look healthy or up to par yet because I was still getting better. And then when we had to do the scene on the beach with the CPR and stuff too, because um, I had open heart surgery, so they cracked my chest cavity. So for me that was a concern and worry, but the adventure was okay. We're still gonna do this and stuff too. So now I remember, um, and then that was like barely 6 months out of the hospital for me recovering, and then getting the part. And I think prior to my surgery, um, I was involved with our Aloha Theater for about 2 to 3 years. So I was kind of in the community of the theater for at least 2 to 3 years at that time. So when the casting agent reached out to me, and I kind of knew David Cunningham from high school because we all went to Konawaina High School together.
Oh, nice.
He's a couple years older than me, I think, but we all remembered or recognized each other. So when he reached out and then said, "Okay, we got this part for you," and then I knew Priscilla from high school too, and she's probably 4 years older than me. But we knew each other. We're good friends already from either theater or music and entertainment.
That's funny too. I was just going to ask who you knew from the cast because, like I've told people before, and even in these talk stories, is that majority of the cast was from the Big Island. You know what I mean? Only had a few of us that were from Oahu, and then we just had Mark Thompson, played by Roy Newton, who was from the mainland. He was from California. Other than that, everybody else, majority, Big Island actors. So yeah, I just want to know who you knew, or if you knew everybody, or maybe you never know anybody when you started doing Beyond Paradise.
Yeah, and then like Brother Kalani. So
Mhm.
between Priscilla, like I knew Priscilla since high school, and then I think I've known Kalani too from right out of high school. So I mean, by that time we've known each other at least 15 plus years already. That we were knew of each other or were pretty good friends already.
So now you cast it, right? You playing Lehua's big brother. And then of course, you get the infamous scene where you drown and then get rescued. And that's where, I was able to get the infamous line of hey, what was it like kissing that big tuna fish on the lips? So tell me a little bit about that stuff. Did Roy take care of you during that CPR scenes?
Yes, he did.
And but the other thing people don't know too is that you do music, right? And you've been doing music your whole life, I'm guessing, yeah?
Yeah,
I also feel like on this movie, you was basically the host and the tour guide for us on the Big Island. Like you were the one that took us everywhere because we didn't have any means of transportation. It wasn't like we had drivers or anybody taking us around. So you was gracious enough to take us on the island, especially me and Lorenzo, because we would get kind of stir crazy at night or whenever we wasn't filming, which wasn't that often, but when we had those off days or off nights and we'd just be stuck at the crib, we were just kind of wanting to do something God. You would always come save us and take us out.
yeah. You guys are staying up at the I think at the mansion up in Kealikakua, and
Yeah.
yeah, I remember we went out a bunch of times and we did karaoke. I think we went to Michelangelo's nightclub. I feel like we did a bunch of karaoke's and stuff.
Yeah. We definitely did karaoke. That's for sure. And then we was like your biggest like fan club was me and Lorenzo. We'd always kind of make you sing your songs, and then we'd just be like jamming out. It was like your personal groupies.
Right, right, right. Plus I was tagging along because just watching all the behind the scenes with the whole production, or the fella actors, or always curious of the camera work and behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff. So I was just following around the whole production and stuff. So that was cool too, being behind the scenes and watching everything and everybody.
Yeah, I remember the first time I got on set and thinking, oh wow, this one real movie. Because you never know, right? When you're doing this kind of stuff, you don't know what kind of stuff can be. It can be just some guy with a home video camera, you know what I mean? Just recording them with, a couple people on the crew. But this was like a full-on movie with the lights, all the extras was there. The director, David, was there, running the circus. And I remember going, wow, this is a real movie. Oh, the only thing we never have, because independent, but we never have trailers, because usually on set, actors get trailers where they can go and relax, stay in there until they're needed. And so then that way they're always on set and ready to go when the time comes. But I'm glad we didn't because it kind of forced us to be present. You know what I mean? So we were on set, so we got to. And for me, I know being on set for the first time and stuff, I was watching everything. So even if I wasn't in scenes, I would love to watch them filming the other scenes and watching the other actors work and stuff like that. I was just absorbing everything. I love being on set uh every day. I didn't mind the long hours. Now I do because I'm old. But back then, when I'm a 21-year-old with all the energy in the world, I can be on set 12 hours, 14 hours, same energy from beginning to end. Natural energy, by the way. But yeah, no, I remember just enjoying being on set.
Yeah, I'm sure it made it easier too with the rest of the local casting from here, Kona, or the Big Island. Who I would say now, if I'm starting to remember slowly, maybe at least 10 of the other, um, whether it was smaller cast uh, in the movie, was all friends and family and ohana of Kona, and either or, from Konawaina High School too. So that was also cool and neat to see. Oh, now I remember like Watsuki, who played Lehua's sister. She's probably 3 years younger than me or us too. But she was a fellow Konawaina high school graduate, but she's a fellow, Konatown Big Island girl. And some of the other smaller characters from some of the other cousins, aunties, uncles, tutus, hula dancers. There are another 10 to 15 smaller cast parts in that were all Kona or Big Island friends, family, or Ohana. So, it was always neat to see somebody else that, we were familiar with. Hey, that's, cousin so and so, that's uncle so and so, you know. So that was kind of cool with the casting that David, tried to get as much of Kona and Big Island casting as possible.
So like we talk about you being from Kona and you actually went to that high school, Konawaina. Uh, and so being from that school and then this movie is now being made about that school, your island that you grew up on. What was that like? When you first read the script, because you know how it is. A lot of times when movies come out and it's about Hawaii or about a certain area of Hawaii, and would everybody be like, "Hey, that's not how it is," or "That's not true," or "That's pretty accurate." Get all kind of it goes across the board, right? So I just want to know from your perspective, what was your feeling like reading the script and then seeing the final product?
You know, I wasn't. I did. I did. I'm not sure if I read through or followed through the whole script about. I just knew that behind the scenes, I believe that uh, David's uh, the storytelling was of his um, um, moments being in Konawaina and everything. But I know when I saw the final production, I can say majority. I thought it was on point.
Speaking of being on point, I remember when it came down to filming that scene, the big beach scene where you drown and have the CPR done on you and everything like that. Um, what was that like? Can you give us a little bit of the behind the scenes of it? Because you gotta be on the water and then you gotta put stuff in your mouth and so
Yeah,
one
I
you
believe
gotta
it was. I think it was Seven Up or Sprite,
so you gotta
something like
hold
that.
that in your mouth
Yeah,
and then he gotta do the mouth to mouth.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes of filming that.
But now I wish could practice or now we see a lot of other things behind the scenes and the prep, But doing anything and everything for the first time, I was like, okay, when you don't know, like, okay, you're gonna put this seven up in your mouth, and then wait, he's gonna press 1, 2, 3, and kiss the big tuna on the lips, and then you're gonna regurgitate, let the foam come out of your mouth, you know, which I thought was good enough. But then sometimes I watch, I go, oh man, I could have done them better.
Well, yeah, even little stuff like Kalani, when you started spitting out the seawater or the Sprite as it was, and you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean, like when he would just put his hand on your face and then turn your
right,
head, and like that
right,
wasn't in the script. That was just something Kalani did just to do right.
right. But yeah, I remember that was either interesting or funny. Like, what the hell? And then I remember in my head, um, shit. What was his? What's Holly Boy's name again? What was his character?
Roy.
Roy. Oh yeah, brother Roy, actor Roy. So like, oh wait a minute, you gonna give me mouth to mouth? Ah, I'm like, okay, do what you gotta do.
Well, even like the underwater scenes, you know what I mean? Because you gotta be underwater while they're filming you, so you gotta be under there for a certain amount of time. Then, of course, the yell cut, you can come up, get air. even if it's in shallow water to get some of these shots, you still underwater filming that too. So how was that experience?
Yeah, that too. Now, learning behind the scenes too, and the art of editing and everything, the illusion. But even when people watch it, it was three separate beach locations. So the entering the water or being rescued was at one beach, and then we cut to the next scene where I'm underwater, and then you guys come and rescue me when my
Well, to
leg
be
is
fair, they because they didn't jump in the water. Me, I mean, kind of stay on shore. You know what I mean? And then just kind of observe. And then I came and then I did the most important thing ever was come and help carry you by grabbing one of your legs and bringing you to shore.
yeah. Now I remember. Yeah. So when my foot was stuck in a rock,
Yeah.
and I believe Kalani Lorenzo's character come in and pull my feet out of the rock. That was totally at another beach location, which was only like 4 feet water. So once again, the shot is being cheated. It's just a tight shot of the hand. I think either getting my leg out of the rock or moving the rock and my leg come loose. So that's a whole separate shot. And the final shot, the third shot of them swimming with me up towards the surface was a whole nother section, a whole nother that was at the end of the pier in the deeper water. They cut and pasted it all together. So for me, that was a pretty cool, different adventure of learning. The cutting and the editing behind the scenes. Where I go, wow, okay, because I was like, how are they gonna make me look like I drowning? And then they're like, oh, you guys don't even have to hold your breath because it's only was 3 feet, 4 feet of water, and the camera was just on a tight shot of my feet, and basically the boy's hands coming down and moving my feet. So that was pretty cool and interesting of filming techniques and behind the scene. And
Yeah.
so that was no problem. That was pretty. I like, oh, that was it. And then I know when we had to go to the deeper part of the water, and then we all swam down. I think the three of us, and then the shot is just, I think, them pulling me up to the surface,
Yeah, no, I
and then
remember that.
coming back to the scene where pulling me out of the water onto the beach,
Right.
and then you finally come and step in, and
I think that
everybody,
was the key right there because I think if I never jump in at the end, we could have lost Lehua's brother that day on the beach.
right, right, yeah. So that's still hilarious. Sometimes I forget, then when I see, and as more years go by, because this movie is becoming uh, a nostalgia and um, being like a little bit old school.
Yeah.
So when you get the younger generation and the younger local generation, and they see it or they go, Uncle, my mother and father told me that you was in the movie. Is that you? Oh, so funny. And then when I see the clip, I'm like, wow. We're in our early 20s back then.
Yeah. No, that's the thing that's kind of cool, right? Because all these young generations of kids discovering the movie that never seen a movie before. Maybe their parents saw the movie when it came out, but now you get these new kids who discover it on YouTube or through TikTok or Hungry Hungry Hawaiian or whatever these clips like 44 Banging that always kind of promote Beyond Paradise and show clips and stuff like that. But yeah, they keep rediscovering this movie all the
Right.
time. So like
Yeah.
I can imagine, especially being on the big island,
Yeah.
you must get it all the time from people that know that movie.
Yeah. From everybody from my generation, and then now the kids, and those who uh, enjoy and embrace the movie, uh, you know, uh, they can't forget it. It did a great thing for Kona and the Big Island, or just for the whole movie film industry and other locals and stuff too. So it's funny to see everybody, who still remember or say, Uncle, I still get you know, I found the last of the DVD on eBay. It was like $100. I'm like, what? $100?
Where's my
And
cut?
then right, right, and then yeah, so that's cool. And then and then even though I'm still out and about in town with work in a lot of the different restaurants and bars. So some of the old school from around that time that comes in. But even though like um, Kalani and Priscilla are still in the neighborhood, but I'm lucky if I see them once a year. You
Mm,
know, it's so funny because people ask me, it's like, oh, bro, is this sister Lehua? And, oh, where's brother Kalani? And everybody loves Priscilla and Kalani's part. Everybody, but being home here. But they're so busy in their own way too, doing their own thing with work and stuff. So um, I rarely get to see them as well too.
yeah,
So like maybe once a year if I'm lucky. I'm like,
yeah.
oh crap, you know.
And a lot of
And
times
then
it's
we
just
get
like happy accidents, right? You just run into them or
right,
something,
right.
right?
Then we get to voila for just a little bit. And I know you try to meet up or do stuff like this um, with all of us, years and years ago
Yeah.
and stuff too. Um, but yeah, it's like, wow, it's kind of hard getting a hold of everybody sometimes.
So when I had the idea and then I started reaching out to everybody and trying to put this together and for it to come together, well, we got a lot of people together, did this thing, had a blast, and then for it to not see the light of this, kind of bum out, but so that's why I was like, that's if that's the case, then I'll just do it by myself, and if I do it one on one, that's fine. And then hopefully at the end game we get everybody back together and try it out. Because the truth is, if I every time I go out and I get recognized, and I get recognized a lot, people still, no matter what, even when during the pandemic and we have to wear masks and everything like that, I would have my mask, I would have my glasses, and people would still recognize me. And and the one thing I get asked all the time by fans of the movie is, you still keep in touch with everybody. What everybody up to? Hey, you still talk to Ronnie Boy. You still talk to Kalani, Zulu, you still talk to Mark Thompson, and so they wanted to know. So that's part of the reason why I started wanting to do this, was so that to give the fans who to this day still support Beyond Paradise and is still fans of ours, to give them a glimpse of us now, you know what I mean? See how we look, see how we doing, and talk story about behind the scenes of making this movie and our experiences. So that's kind of where it is. And then hopefully when it's all said and done, we can do one massive one with all of us again. Still trying to get my boy Kalani, you know what I mean? I got to talk to him for the first time in a long time. So that was nice for
Okay.
got to talk story on the
Yeah.
phone and catch up a little bit. So that was nice to kind of catch up with him and talk story. He's a busy guy, so to even get that kind of time with him again was real nice. And hopefully one day I can get him on one of these Zooms and talk story with him, because I know a lot of fans would love to see Kalani, aka Zulu. He's a fan favorite character, and he was a fan favorite castmate for all of us. He was a lot of fun to work with and have on set. So hopefully one day I can get Kalani on this bad boy.
Yeah, he's so busy with his work and stuff too.
Oh yeah,
And then his boat company is just right around the corner, but he's always busy working and doing his own thing. And same with Priscilla.
yeah.
She's busy with her honey company and stuff. Did you get to do this with Priscilla already
I
last year
did,
or
yeah.
that
So
year?
yeah, I got to
Yeah,
do one with her, so that was
yeah,
fun. Talking story with her. She's a character.
yeah.
She's still the same. She still looks exactly the same. So that was fun. I got to do that with her. So far I got to do it Lorenzo. Then I did one with Priscilla. Did one with Troy. And then I just did one recently with your other sister, Watsuke. So yeah, and then now you. So yeah. So
Yes.
so still
Yeah.
working the cast, still getting there.
Right, right. What is it? Almost 30 year? What is it? 20
Almost,
plus?
bro. Almost, because
Oh,
almost next year gonna be 30 years when we made the movie
right.
in 96. So
Yeah.
30 years,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. And I hardly even see, even though, um, we follow each other, me and David Cunningham on social media and stuff too. And, we like some of each other's stuff. So we still in contact with that. But, I rarely see him anywhere or around too. But, I went to his last movie production. Was it The Reckoning?
Oh yeah, the wind and the
And
reckoning.
I went in The Reckoning a couple years ago. So we went to the one of the grand openings over here to go support
Oh,
it and stuff
oh,
too.
nice, nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Hopefully the next up would be David. I like it, David Cunningham, the director and creator of this movie, his vision, his story, and get him to hear what he had to say about working with us. Yeah, that was always the plan because so much people love this movie. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Crazy. All these years later.
yeah. Was it? I forget it's well, but is this movie? I hope I'm not getting confused with another Hawaii-based movie, but in the in the in the colleges in the libraries.
Oh yeah, Beyond. No, yeah, Beyond Paradise is, from what I've been told, it's been played at schools, seminars, conferences, even like rehab facilities and stuff like that because the movie tackles a lot of topics, so it can get coverage anywhere, right? So you go, hey, we're gonna be talking about peer pressure today. Oh, here's Beyond Paradise. We're talking about domestic violence. Here's Beyond Paradise. Drug abuse, Beyond Paradise. So there's a lot of themes we cover in the movie that can be shown to an audience beyond just like at a theater. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've heard that too from a lot of people that they saw the movie in school or they saw him at a seminar, they saw him in rehab. You know what I mean?
Right,
So yeah.
right.
I gotta ask this question though, and I think a lot of people might want to know this too, is how come after Mark Thompson went Save Your Life, how come later on you started picking on him at the beach when he was just trying to take a nap on the reef?
You know, even when I said, this movie, there's a lot of true to life moments in there because yeah, people are confused when, hey, didn't the Holy Brother save your life? But then you kick his okole later, you know, and they go, oh, you was the guy who in kick his okole, but he wouldn't save your life. I mean, I might have seen something like that before, but then my backstory was like, hey, I was all boss again. I don't remember, that he was on a beach
Yeah.
or that he went save my life days or prior to, because Lehua's brother is sucking him up on the beach with the boys, and oh, who is this? Holy brother over here. You know, let's go make trouble. Let's punch him in the face. Let's kick him in the face.
They should have added online where, Mark, why you guys keep picking on him instead of him going like, get off of me. He should have go, hey, what you doing? I want to save your life.
Yeah, you fucker. I went save your life, bro.
You was drowning. But then you should have yelled back, kind of like, you never saved me. Keao would save me. You want
Right.
to grab my leg.
Yeah, so that was and that's another part of people remembering my scene besides, oh, you didn't kiss that big fat tuna on the lip, is bro, how come you ain't kick it Putin, you kicked the Holy Boy's ass. Like, hey, I was boss. I don't remember he saved my life. That's how I ain't drowned in the first place.
Yeah.
I was all boss,
You never even
you know.
realized that Kalani stole your shades too. I remember when I saw that on the film. I never see him do 'em when he was filming. So when I watched the movie for the first time and then had that part where I see him grab the shades, I started cracking up.
Derek, so where you live?
Oh, I'm in Waianae. Yeah.
Why night side?
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you're from?
Yeah. Well, even when I made the movie, I was in Waianae too. So
Oh, you know what? I just went that side for the first time about 5 years ago.
oh yeah, what just playing.
No, no, I had a good friend. She bought property basically right across the street of Mount Lahi Lahi.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is
beautiful,
where
bro.
this is where I'm from.
Beautiful, bro. First time went to Makaha
Mm.
and all the way towards the end of the bro. I was like, I never even knew that kind of places existed on Oahu.
Yeah, then I moved to Kapolei couple times, but then I always come back to Waianae. I feel like Waianae is that girlfriend that I cannot get rid of. I don't like, because no matter what, I always go back to that girlfriend. You know what I mean? That's Waianae to me. So no matter what I do, I always come back to Waianae. I cannot quit Waianae. Where you at right now?
I'm at home.
Where's home for you? And I mean, not your address. Don't need to give us your address,
Yeah,
but
I'm right in the heart of Kona Town.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
You was living Corner Town when we was doing the movie, or you was out?
No, let me see. Where was I? Shit, I can't. Oh no, 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 because I was still living with my family when I was recovering from my surgery up Mauka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I think after the production, yeah. But I've been here almost 20 plus years already in this location.
Wow.
I'm just 5 minute walk from the pier, right around the corner. And then last year we did the Mount Kaala hike, 8 hour hike. Oh, bro, I was all boss up.
Bruh. Yeah, I cannot do hikes. More power to you, bro.
I think that was the last hike for me, bro.
Yeah, kind of hard, man. I get to the stairs and I go, huh, do I really need what's up on the second floor? I can wait.
Right, right.
But yeah, seriously though, thank you again for taking time out of your day for sit down, talk story with me. Always good talking story and catching up with you. The last time I got to see you was when I was up there for do comedy, and then you and Priscilla came down to check out my comedy show, and that was super nice to have you guys there and have a good time with you guys that night. And so it's always good to catch up with you. So yeah, man, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
And next time I come to Waianae area, I'll visit my friend for the week. I'll hit you up and see if you're in the neighborhood.
yeah, yeah, just we're not going hiking though. We're not going hiking.
Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. I think last year was my last year.
I get couple lawn chairs, we sit down, we talk story.
Yeah. We can walk to the beach.
Yeah, yeah. Right on, bro. Right on. Good to see you, my man. And you take care, okay?
But there, aloha, brother. Thank you, bro.
Take care. Aloha.
Aloha.